quickly go across to that and discuss it with the management.
Well, that's correct. The recently listed company, Apeejay Surrendra Park, that company is in focus. The stock is hovering around 210. Vijay Dewan, Managing Director at Apeejay Surrendra Park Hotels, is now joining us to talk more about their earnings. Mr. Dewan, you had a pretty strong quarter, the third quarter, like many others because of good sector tailwinds. Are you telling us that the trends may continue, the growth trends? Do you see them continue in coming quarters?
Firstly, this has been an outstanding quarter for us. Firstly, we got listed, and before that, we got oversubscribed 60 times. So it has been an outstanding start. And the quarter has also been truly outstanding. We have achieved a growth of 15% in terms of revenues. And in terms of the EBITDA margins also, the growth rate has been 15% compared to the previous quarter. And in terms of PAT, we have grown by 40% over the previous quarter. The key thing at this point of time is that we have retired completely the debt. We had a debt of 550 crores on the books. That has been retired. So as of now, we are a net cash positive company. And this has strengthened our balance sheet. And this will significantly help us in terms of our growth plans going forward. The industry is at the moment, I would say, in a strong growth pace. In fact, India is passing through a golden period in terms of the hospitality industry. We are passing through that. And we expect the next quarter also to be equally strong, and the next year also to be equally strong. So that's my outlook as far as the industry is concerned.
Okay, so you're expecting, Vijay, that the next quarter is going to be strong next year as well. But you've now become net cash company with the IPO proceeds. You have repaid some of the debt as well. What will that interest cost savings do to your profitability?
It is expected to grow by about 6 to 7 crores. I think it will be 7 crores. It will go up because it will have an impact of roughly about 1.5 months. So significant improvement in terms of earnings are expected during this year, as well as obviously very significant change in earnings in the coming year because it will be a debt-free company going forward.
Mr. Dewan, Apeejay has the highest occupancy levels in the industry. What was the occupancy in the third quarter, if you can update, and how do you see that trending forward?
So we are market leaders in terms of occupancy. In fact, we lead the market in terms of occupancy. On a YTD basis, we have recorded an occupancy of 92%. And in the quarter, we recorded an occupancy of 90%. Our ARR also during the quarter has grown significantly by 14%. And correspondingly, the RevPAR position has also improved by 14%.
Okay, but could you also fill us in with kind of expansion that you're doing, the number of new rooms that will become operational by FY25, and what kind of incremental revenue will come from that?
So firstly, during this financial year itself, we are expecting another 85 keys to be added. 2 new hotels are expected to open in the month of March. And along with this, I must tell you that we have a very strong F&B retail business through our bakery and confectionery brand, which is Flurys. It's an iconic brand out of Calcutta. Currently, we have 75 outlets of Flurys. 66 are present in West Bengal and 8 are at the moment in Maharashtra and 1 in New Delhi. So we have 75 outlets. By the end of this financial year, we plan to add roughly about 8 outlets of Flurys during this financial year. And in the next financial year, we plan to add about 232 keys to where we are at the moment. So we have a robust expansion plan for our own hotels, which I explained earlier. We have a robust expansion plan in terms of the managed hotels. And then, of course, we have a very robust plan in terms of expansion on the F&B retail side of the business through our iconic brand, Flurys.
Right. Okay, your average revenue per bed in the third quarter, if you can talk about that, and what kind of levels do you see? Because you've told us earlier that you expect the coming quarter to be as strong and even FY25. Can you talk to us about the average revenue clocked per room?
Q3 and Q4 are the strongest quarters in the hospitality industry. Generally, the Q4 is 1.1 of Q3. So we are expecting a strong performance in Q4 as well. And then going forward also, as I mentioned, the hotel hospitality industry is in a very strong uptrend, and this is likely to continue, largely because of the reason that Indians are traveling like never before, Indians are eating out like never before, and travel and tourism really is back like never before.
Okay, Vijay, on that note, we let you go. Thanks so much for making time and speaking with us. Appreciate you joining us on the show. But time now